The Center for Jazz and Popular Music, in association with HTV, presents Beneath the Mask, featuring Durban musicians Olisa Dlamini, Jaden Daniel, Nosihe, and then Natalie Rangan with Malvin Peters, Burton Naidu, Senzo Mdamba, Neil Gonzalez, and Bethwell Twane. Check Beneath the Mask series every Wednesday at 6 p.m. from HTV and Center for Jazz and Popular Music Facebook and YouTube pages.
Hello viewers at home. Hello Snigiwe Masuku.
Aibo. Hello. My government name. Aibo.
Which is the name that we know you by in this industry.
Zoe the Seed.
Hello Zoe the Seed, and welcome to Beneath the Mask.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, no, we're very excited to have you, and we know that we owe you a congratulations.
Thank you. You too.
For getting the Concerts SA Digital Mobility Fund.
Yes, that was quite exciting. Actually, unexpected, eh?
I mean, we keep trying, we keep putting, we keep pushing as musicians.
You never know, you never know.
So what does this mean for you, being a recipient or one of the recipients of the Digital Mobility Fund?
Well, during this time of the pandemic, as you know, getting active is a very rare thing to most musicians. And so this means a lot because then it helps you to keep relevant and quite active, even in the virtual spaces or social media, or where people are actually like spending the most time at. So it was very exciting and a big challenge for me because now, as you know, you have to do everything. All the admin work, you have to do it all by yourself. But it's a good challenge to actually give you an idea of what actually holistically has to, what needs to happen before an event actually does take place.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. No, that is great, and yeah, we are excited. There's gonna be an audience in the recording of the concert.
Yes, finally.
Not singing to just cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the coolest things about this fund, because you get to not only be amongst the audience, but also we get to take it to the people probably the furthest.
Exactly.
Via the virtual.
So even your fans from
method.
Swaziland or anywhere else in the world
Exactly.
will be able to catch this concert.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
yes, we're very grateful to the South African and Norwegian government for this joint initiative.
And no, awesome. And yeah, it's been years that Concerts SA has been able to access this funding from the Norwegian government.
Yeah.
And it has helped many musicians amongst the world. There are calls twice a year. I believe there was one in April.
Yes.
And then there was one now. So yes, we do encourage all the musicians to do, apply for these things when they come along, and always try to just get your act in order and have your bio ready and have your pics and your publicity material ready.
True,
like Zoe said, it's a lot of work, but it's all very much worth it.
It is, because often at times as artists we just focus on the artistic side of things. So it's good that at some point you need to sit down, write your profile,
And update it.
Update it, yes, and really like reflect on why you are an artist, because you need to explain yourself as to what carries your, what are your influences into being that particular artist. So yeah.
When did it start for you, Zoe?
Oh shoot, church.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been a singer because, church. But I, at some point, just thought, okay, I could make a career out of this. And then I pursued it. And not only did I get a degree, but also I thought, okay, we could pass it on. And then, I was an educator. So, yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome. There's a lot of people that sit with their talents and not share it with the world. So we're very grateful that this dynamic vocalist does share her talents with us. And I know that your family is also very artistic.
Yeah. Let's not talk about my family, okay?
She wants to shine alone, this one.
But no, I'm kidding. Yes, my family is very artistic. My brother is a singer. My sister is a drama teacher. My mother is a teacher. So yeah,
So
that's pretty much it.
The genes were there already.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know it starts with church for most musicians,
True.
where you discover what you can do.
Yes.
Zoe, you quit the drums.
Well, I was paying for you.
Why did you quit the drums?
Because you chased me away. I'm kidding. All right. No, just like everything in life, there's a season.
Okay.
And it was just that season for me to kind of grow and branch out into something that I was more passionate about. I realized that when I was in Hills Overhead, I got the attention of being the instrumentalist. And I always just felt pregnant, and I just wanted to get it out there, you know. So I needed to kind of branch out. Not that we had a fight, people know.
No drama.
It was just time for me to move on to then start on my own journey as an independent artist. Yeah, so that's basically what happened.
It's funny that you mentioned being an independent artist, because I know a lot of people, maybe when we grow up and we watch movies or TV, it just seems like you're waiting for the day that someone signs you.
Yes.
So as an independent artist, how have you survived the ups and the downs and the falls, and how have you stayed consistent and amazing?
You think I've survived? I'm still trying to survive, eh?
We know you survived, girl.
But one thing I can tell you, there is nothing fulfilling than having to own who you are. I like to think that it's all good and amazing when you are signed, but a part of you kind of feels like you don't really necessarily have 100% of ownership of what you want to do. You know what I mean? So constantly you have to have other people in mind as far as the music business is concerned.
But also your image, what you're putting out there, it's very much influenced by everyone else.
And let's not really like write it on stone as well, because we do get other recording companies or labels that support artists just as they are.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's very rare, and that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
It's been hard because trying to live as a person and also funding your own funding your artistry is not the easiest thing in the world. There's certain compromises you need to take, and hence why I've taken this long to take out an album, everybody.
You know I'm going to take it there, right? She knows. She can see it coming.
But yeah, I really trust God, because I believe in God. So I trust in God that eventually at the right time, things will happen for me. But it's not an easy journey, so you have to really invest in yourself, be patient with yourself, try and not be influenced by what's around you, because it's you can easily be sucked in by everything that is going on, and you find yourself away from what you envisioned yourself to be from the very beginning. Yes. Most definitely. I
fully understand.
Yeah.
I have a sneaky feeling that 2022 is going to be the year.
Listen.
That the Zoe, the Seed.
Let's receive that.
Come on, can I get an amen? You're taking it to church, Jazz Center.
I'm a PK head.
Guys, remember I taught you what a PK means when we had Sense of Dambo. Pastor's kid. So we're going to take it there.
Yeah.
So let's not make the mistake of not letting the people at home know
about what's coming.
Exactly. So
yes, on the 3rd of November.
Yeah.
Please, guys. I mean, I'd love to see your faces. It's more fulfilling because when we write music, for me, you did ask me about my influences and stuff. The influences of life also influence my music.
Yeah.
And in this particular series, or in this particular performance, I've kind of dedicated actually to celebrate women leadership. Wow. Because the title of the theme of the series that's going to happen, since you and Dan and Neil Gonsalves actually got that. So we came together to actually do like a series in partnership with Jazz Center. And so for me, I wanted to dedicate this performance, Zoe the Seed, to women leadership that I've seen throughout the last 2 years. This last 2 years has been very challenging. Personally, economically, worldwide, it has been so challenging. And we've seen women in leadership standing up for what is right, standing up for what they believe in. And I just want to celebrate that. So that's why I've kind of like dedicated that to this coming show on the 3rd. So you can have your chance to come and see the show. I'll be having lots of like new music. So this is gonna be different for you guys.
So
okay. Come through on the 3rd, and you will have to reserve your seat because seats are limited.
Yeah.
So you have to reserve with the Jazz Center. Tuli will give you all the details, and it's 100 rand at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as Zoe said, booking is essential because we are still in the times of COVID. So we need to make sure we're complying and we are socially distanced. So if you're interested in being at the audience for the 3rd, opening with the sensational Zoe the Seed, you just drop me an email on zamati1@ukzn.ac.za. That concert will be followed promptly by Neil Gonzalez on the 10th of November, and it's the trio, right? Plus 2. So you get to see Zoe again, also featuring the trumpeter Tabos Kakana, whom I believe is in your band as well.
Yes, he is.
And then on the 17th of November, we're going to have, and then your favorite duo, but we're featuring the talented Freeman Gumede as well as Lesedi on the drums. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. And for those of you who are far and are thinking, oh my gosh, what about us?
Don't worry.
Because it's coming digitally, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so a few weeks later, it's going to open in the National Arts Festival website. You can catch all 3 of those concerts, words and music, at the National Arts Festival website. And those tickets are going to be 50 Rand. So if you lived it live and you came to the live version, you can still experience it digitally and relive the nights.
Yeah, true.
So exciting. And yeah, Zoe, where do we find you in the socials?
On Facebook, Twitter, it's Zoe the Seed, one word. I'm not complicated, eh? I'm not going to give you all those underscores and numbers.
Yeah.
No, Zoe the Seed, yes, everywhere. Yeah, I wanted to say
you were
something.
saying, yeah. Of course it's a question.
Okay.
Of course it's a question. But I think it was about the concerts, possibly.
Probably was. Oh, I was going to say, if you are here, you will experience the concert differently than virtually. Believe me. So try to be here on the 3rd.
Yeah, and just make sure that you're booking in advance because seats are limited. We are warning you guys. Book your space.
Yeah, true.
What song are you going to perform for us today?
Okay, the song I'm going to perform is called Friends We Keep. As I said, 2020 and 21 has been very reflective for most of us. And I've just celebrated the people who have been there around me during this difficult time. And if you weren't able to see your true friends during this time, you have a problem.
Jesus. Yeah, it's like the pandemic highlights a whole lot of things, guys. Yeah.
So, yes, Friends We Keep.
We're excited to premiere Friends We Keep. Just into audience, you're so lucky. And thank you once again for tuning in for Beneath the Mask. Let's give it up for Zoe the Seed.
Thank you.
Hey you! You're watching HTV with the Mob Purity SM. We're about to dive into music and entertainment up in Umzansi. So do keep it locked. It's about to get lit. It's about to get wild. It's about to get woo! Do keep it locked. HTV, baby!
Let
Hey, hey you! You're watching HTV with the Mob Purity SM. We're about to dive into music and entertainment up in Umzansi, so do keep it locked. It's about to get lit, it's about to get wild, it's about to get shh. Do keep it locked. HTV, baby!
takama kutheni ulila nje tshela mina wadabukiso kwengane ngathi shayiso kwestandane umphefumulo ukhathele imisebenzi engakhokhele insizwa kumele iphaphame ibheke mabobo kamehlo kunzima la ngaphandle. Sometimes you wanna give in to the hate and maybe not tough enough for the pain. They say that you're only human at the end of the day. Ngicela ukhumbule lokhu phefumula, breathe them out, your fears and your doubts. Noma ungaphinda futhi phefumula, breathe them out, your fears and your doubts. Ngicela uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo, uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo yakho. So ngicela uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo, uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo yakho. Ngicela uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo, uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo yakho. Ngicela uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo, uyinike ukuthula inhliziyo yakho.
Hey! Hey, you! You're watching HTV with the Mob Purity SM. We're about to dive into music and entertainment up in Umzansi. So do keep it locked. It's about to get lit. It's about to get wild. It's about to get do keep it locked. HTV, baby!
Wow, wow, wow. Bandlessness. Welcome to Beneath the Mask, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
How are you doing today?
Great. All things considered, that we've went through the pandemic and the purge, and we're still here.
You are still here. We're so happy that you're still here and you're giving us your amazing music. I know your biography describes your music as having touches of jazz, progressive rock, hip hop, and house. That's a lot of genres to dip into.
Hence we're Bandless.
Is that where the name comes from? Because that was my next question, actually.
Okay.
There are multiple reasons of how the name came about. Mainly is that Uhlubi and I were tired of being in bands because hey, I'm a band, I know. So
Actually, Bandless is a band of quitters.
yeah,
Not a band.
from other bands. Yeah. We quit from other bands and said, as in Siyabonga, and we gravitated towards similar ideologies of aspiring to be great in our crafts. So Uhlubi is always being about going into the shed and practicing, and that spirit sangthelela nami, and I also became like that and pursued music studies and whatnot. And this is what distinguished us from the people whom we used to work with. And mind you, he used to work in a different band and I worked in a different band, and whenever we met and we talk about our band problems, like two old men work problems and stuff.
Sounds like a match made in heaven, guys.
Yes. Match made in the cosmos. Yes.
Sbu, you mentioned a bit that we've gone through this whole pandemic. How has it been for you guys? How have you found your footing in this industry, like in a few months post this pandemic? Well, it's not post, we're still in it. We're trying to keep safe. But how would you say you've survived as Bandlessness?
Well, we've been surviving in our own marginalized space as Bandless because, like I said, becoming a craftsman or becoming a genuine craftsman within the idiom, you have to isolate yourself to be in the shed. So we've been cavemen, we've been hermits. We've been locking down before lockdown.
You've been doing this.
Yeah, we've been locked down, trying to shed, trying to get in the higher levels of whatever this idiom can offer us. So it didn't become that much of a difficulty because we also didn't get that many gigs because abantu bathi siyapapa. You can't just play rock, you can't play hip hop, you can't play neo soul, you can't. But Charles Mingus says it's all music, baby.
It sounds like people are jealous. That's what it sounds like to me.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the fact that you guys approached me about recording something right here at the Center for Jazz, which we're going to come into later, called Felibration. That was the reason for me to say, no, guys, you have to come through to Beneath the Mask. Let us hear more about this Felibration. I know it's a big band. Thank you, Old School, for being here. It's so good to hear you live. Yes, so please tell us about the Felibrations.
Okay. Well, mainly I would say, firstly, we want to celebrate Fela Kuti's music and celebrate also what he stood for and what he still stands for, because it still lives in us. And so, as a youth of South Africa, from wherever we come from, we want to collaborate all of these inspirations that we got from his music and also from his message in the music. So
that is
this
awesome.
is basically a celebration to all of that as the umbrella.
That is awesome. It sounds like Felibration is almost a movement.
Yeah,
it's like kuno moya. That is traveling.
Moya,
Yes.
We get together and we basically indulge in like an eternal freedom and eternal peace
Yeah.
through the music and also through the intention of why we're doing the music that we're doing. Yeah. So labantu abafika vele to the events, they come to actually experience the authenticity of what we are about and what we want to give to the community out there. Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah,
I think all in all, I think Fela is very important in the music scene, you know, and it is underrated, but he's a pioneer of Afrobeat, so
Yeah.
He's the father of house music.
yeah, so, it's getting sampled, but I don't think most people know him that much. And the music
Yeah.
wakunzima, yabo.
Yes. Are you sweating at rehearsal, boys?
It doesn't sound it's not as easy as it
As it
sounds.
sounds. I know that type of music where you're like grooving, you're like in the mix, and then when you have to do it, you're like, "Ayibo, kwenzakalani?" So for someone at home who might be listening and they're not in Durban, they're far, is there going to be a way for us to catch this celebration digitally, because we are in the digital zone, in the digital world?
Yes. Fortunately, thanks to our new governor, COVID, who has made us change our ways. So there will be not a live streamed concert, but it'll be pre-recorded and then it will be streamed. Thanks to UKZN Center for Jazz for giving us the space to be able to share the music with a broader audience. And that will happen on the 29th, ideally, of this month. We try to push for it to happen in October, because this is the month of Fela Kuti's birth. He and his mother were born in the month of October. And his mother, now I'm going to mention some history. His mother is actually one of the leaders of African freedom fighting, the real freedom fighting. She was an associate with Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah, who began the liberation of Ghana and thus became an example to the whole of Africa that we actually can be liberated. We don't owe colonials nothing. Yeah, so that's going to happen on the 29th, and then the live performances will happen on the 2 last Saturdays of November at Pansy Museum.
Pansy Museum, the one in Glenwood.
Yes, Devin.
I think just to make sure that people are not going to be missing out, just give us the details of your social media handles so people will be able to go to your social media, like your pages, and also stay up to date on where to catch the celebrations.
Okay. Thank you, Tudi. Yeah, we would use those likes because we got 2, 3 likes. As post my video,
Algorithms. But I'm pretty sure that everyone who's listening to this is going to go right now to Bandlessness page and like. So please tell us where to find you. Facebook, Instagram, Manu Lalu, TikTok, everywhere.
TikTok mainly sigu Facebook as Bandless. There's a page, a band/musician page, and then there's Bandlessness, which you can add us as a friend. On Instagram, Bandlessness as well. Yes, like timelessness.
What is the song you guys performed for us earlier?
The song we performed is an original composition named Man Is, and then in parentheses, Pakiso. So it has for me personally, it has a dual function because it's a song I wrote for a brother of mine who was very near and dear to me. Not a brother genetically, but a brother in the spirit and in other aspects as well. Pakiso Mukwena, who was also known as Pax Manis, or Pax Manis, grew up with him. He made his transition out of this planet on December 25th, 2014. And unfortunately, I happened to be there. But anyway, this song was a way for me to and
as we do as creatives, to just channel those energies into some positivity. It's a beautiful track.
Oh, thank you.
Is it available on digital music platforms?
Yes, on the 2nd of December.
Woo!
My birthday.
That's what I'm talking about. I was about to say that's your birthday. Well done to you guys. So if you guys are recording, I'm assuming we can expect an EP sometime soon.
Yes.
This is exciting stuff. Give us details of the EP.
The EP is going to come out on January 16th. That's Parks Menace's birthday.
Oh, wow. Exciting stuff, gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm so happy you guys could honor my invite to come
yes.
to Beneath the Mask.
Oh, yes. Thank you so
And
much.
we're looking forward to seeing you guys live, digitally, everywhere. And yes, please do like their pages. And thank you once again, gentlemen.
Thank you, Tuli.
The Center for Jazz and Popular Music, in association with HTV, presents Beneath the Mask, featuring Durban musicians Olisa Dlamini, Jaden Daniel, Nosihe, and then Natalie Rangan with Melvin Peters, Burton Naidu, Senzo Mdamba, Neil Gonzalez, and Bethwell Twane. Check Beneath the Mask series every Wednesday at 6 p.m. from HTV and Center for Jazz and Popular Music Facebook and YouTube pages.